여러분 반갑습니다. I'm Kwon-soa and this is K-Culture Dive. We've got a packed show today. We go live to the venue of the first concert on BTS's world tour starting this Thursday. And we also go over to our K-Correspondent in Sweden, where Korean is learned through cooking. So let's dive in. And joining me today is my co-host Bella Kim in the studio. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa. And hello to everyone joining us today on K-Culture Dive. I'm Bella Kim here to co-host and fill you all in with the latest in K-entertainment.
And that's coming up in just a bit, Bella. But first, we're going to go live to our reporter, Yoon Se-young. So today is a big day for BTS and their fans' army as the first concert of the BTS Comeback World Tour kicks off this Thursday in Korea. For that, we now go live to Goyang City in Gyeonggi-do Province, not too far from Seoul, where the group and their fans are getting ready for the big night. So, Se-young, I see it is a rainy day today, but I guess the fans are still super excited over there. So what's the atmosphere like over there?
Swim. Hi, Soha. I'm finally here at Goyang Stadium where BTS World Tour concert is set to take place tonight at 7 p.m. And I got here hours earlier, but you know, as you can see, this place is already packed with fans taking selfies together and waving light sticks, which is also called Army Bomb. And behind me, you will see a giant banner that reads BTS World Tour Arirang, and the members of the BTS are just looking out over the crowd, and you also see the banners and flags fluttering in the wind, and it feels almost like an international event has taken over this entire place. And you know what's interesting is that the fans didn't just start arriving here today. Some of them came to Korea like a week earlier, visiting places like Ilsan, which is BTS member RM's hometown, just turning this entire region into kind of a pilgrimage site. And you know, tickets were almost impossible to get. It was really competitive, as you know. So even fans without tickets are gathering outside here just to be part of this exciting event. And I got a chance to talk to one of the fans actually. So let's have a quick interview with her. Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm Sophia and I'm from the Philippines.
Okay, when did you arrive here, can I ask?
I arrived April 8th, so that was last Monday.
Okay, a week earlier.
Yeah.
So, yes. So what are you looking forward to seeing the most tonight?
I am looking forward that all the 7 members are finally complete and they're gonna perform after 4 years. So it's a lot of excitement for all of the fans who waited for 4 years for them to come live again and perform. And actually, it's my first time to see them 7 perform live. Yes.
Okay, all right. And before I let you go, I'm gonna ask you this question. I know it's a very difficult question, but who's your favorite member? And if you can say one word, what would it be that?
My favorite member is, actually, I love all of them, but my favorite member or my bias at the moment is J-Hope.
Oh.
Yes, because I love him dancing and he is my first bias. That's why I became an ARMY.
Any message to him?
J-Hope, good luck. I hope to see you on stage. I'm so excited.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Sophia, and hope you enjoy the concert. Thank you so much. As you can see, you can feel the excitement in her voice already. And it's just beyond the concert, you know. It's more like a large-scale fan-driven festival, almost like, because I see the LED trucks displaying the videos of BTS members circulating this entire area throughout the day. And I also saw tons of fan items featuring BTS members' faces and their names and being distributed to other fans to help build this unified cheering atmosphere all together. So it's more like a global fan-driven large-scale event, you can call it. And you know, let's talk about the weather. It has been one variable. The weather is pretty chilly outside and it's rainy pretty hard. So if you're planning to head out tonight, I highly recommend bringing a raincoat or an umbrella and dressing in warm layers. But you know what? Whether it's rainy or sunny, cloudy, I don't think it matters for the fans. The fans are just so excited and the energy is not dying out at all. So it's been Taeyong reporting live from Goyang Stadium, and back to you, Soa.
All right, thank you very much, Seyoung, for that report. Stay warm out there. So that was our Yoon Seyoung reporting live from Goyang, and I bet all the fans are very happy to be there despite the rain. And now we're going to have some K-entertainment news with Bella. And actually, Bella, we are going to continue with BTS.
Of course.
I mean, there is some great news for fans in certain places because they have some additional tickets to give out.
Definitely. BTS have extended their South American tour by adding one additional show each in Lima, Santiago, and also Buenos Aires this October. And with this, the BTS World Tour Arirang will now span over 34 cities with a total of 85 performances. And during the tour, BTS will also make history as they will be the very first Korean artist to hold a solo concert at Bogota's Estadio El Campaign, and also Buenos Aires' Estadio Ueno de la Plata, and Santiago's Estadio Nacional. So BTS will also take a visit to Colombia, Peru, and Argentina as a full group for the very first time. And as we heard earlier from Seyoung, BTS World Tour will kick off today, Thursday, at Goyang Stadium in Gyeonggi Province before heading to major cities across the globe.
Well, that's some exciting news for our BTS fans in South America.
Definitely.
And the group has more exciting news because a new music video is out, right?
That's correct. So BTS dropped the music video for Hooligan, a track from their fifth full-length album, Arirang. And what's most notable in the new music video is the powerful, large-scale choreography. It highlights the massive group performance with dozens of dancers alongside these 7 members and is visually striking with some surreal elements as well. The new music video delivers a completely different energy from previously released music video for Swim and 2.0, so make sure to check it out if you haven't yet.
Right, I have to say Hooligan was actually one of the most catchiest songs on the album.
Definitely.
I mean, I love Swim as well, but Hooligan was the one that I really danced to the moment I listened to it.
Of course.
But Bella, let's now talk about a Korean film that's doing great on Netflix.
A Korean film, Human, has quickly arrived on streaming platform Netflix after its release in the box office this past February, and it's receiving an explosive response. According to Netflix Todoom's top 10 rankings, Human recorded around 11 million views last week, even surpassing the number for the top-ranked English language film. And with this record, the film climbed to number 1 globally in just 5 days after its release on April 1st. It's also topped the charts in 14 countries, including South Korea, Taiwan, and Vietnam, while landing in the top 10 across 67 countries worldwide. The film is set in Vladivostok and stars actors Cho In-sung, Park Jung-min, and Shin Se-kyung. And critics say it has proven its competitiveness in the global market by achieving both genre quality and also mass appeal.
Now, Human was one of the movies that I couldn't catch at the theaters, and I'm actually one of those who enjoyed it on Netflix just recently, so I was really glad that it came out already. But Bella, we're going to end with Cha Eun-woo and his tax evasion scandal. What do you have?
Yes, Cha Eun-woo did post a lengthy message on his social media on Wednesday regarding allegations of large-scale tax evasion. He apologized for the confusion caused by the tax controversy. He said he respects the procedures of the National Tax Services and has paid all related taxes in full. The controversy first began after reports revealed that he had received a notice of an additional income tax assessment of around 20 billion won, that's about $13.5 million US. And regarding the issue surrounding the establishment of a corporation and tax rate application, he explained that it was a part of a process to ensure stability in his activities. However, he acknowledged that he should have reviewed the matter more carefully and will humbly accept the outcome. His agency, Fantasio, also issued an official apology, admitting shortcomings in management and pledging to prevent similar issues through internal system improvements.
All right, thank you for the updates, Bella, and stick around.
Will do.
Let's now go over to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang, over to you.
Thanks, Sua. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. The government will step up its crackdown on counterfeit K-pop goods and launch a campaign to protect intellectual property. The measure will be centered around Goyang, Gyeonggi-do Province, where BTS concert is set to take place. The move aims to curb fake merchandise and encourage the purchase of authentic products by both domestic and international K-pop fans. Authorities will target the sale of counterfeit K-pop merchandise and check for trademark violations, taking strict action against offenders. A special enforcement period will also be implemented online. The Gallery's Art Fair, Korea's oldest art fair, opened at Seoul's COEX on Thursday. According to the Galleries Association of Korea, a record 169 galleries are participating this year, marking the largest edition to date, with some 4,500 visitors on opening day. With the domestic auction market posting record sales last month, much attention is being drawn to the fair's performance, widely seen as a barometer of the art market in the first half of the year. The event runs through Sunday. Changdeokgung Palace, often regarded as the most quintessentially Korean royal palace for its harmony with nature, is home to a number of rare trees, many of which are designated as natural monuments. A special guided program will be held next week, offering visitors a closer look at these historic trees. Participants will follow the trees depicted in Dongwaldo, a Joseon-era painting and a national treasure, while learning about the palace's landscape and the stories behind it. The program will take place next Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, with reservations available via Interpark ticket. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
A former industrial site is transforming into a vibrant cultural landmark. Incheon Museum Park, a complex featuring a municipal art museum, city museum, and art park, is set for completion in 2028. Cha Yoon-kyung reports.
The city of Incheon has seen its population grow above the 3 million mark and boasts the highest birth rate of any of South Korea's cities or provinces. Its economy has also climbed to the second largest in the country. But the city's cultural and artistic infrastructure, which help define a city's prestige, remains severely underdeveloped. Notably, Incheon is the only one of Korea's 7 metropolitan cities without a municipal art museum. This absence has left many residents feeling culturally left out, even as their city thrives in other measures.
While we had small galleries or the Incheon Art Platform, it was always a letdown that we had to travel to Seoul to experience any large-scale exhibitions.
To address this long-standing cultural thirst, Incheon City has officially moved forward with the construction of Incheon Museum Park in the Hagik-dong district. Nearly a decade after the initial land donation agreement was signed in 2016, the project is finally entering its main construction phase. The park will serve as a massive cultural complex, featuring a brand new municipal art museum alongside a significantly expanded and relocated city museum, all integrated into an art park. Scheduled to open its doors to the public in 2028, Incheon City aims to transform the site into a global cultural landmark. By linking the new park with existing tourism assets, such as Incheon International Airport and the open port area, the city plans to cultivate a world-class cultural ecosystem. Cha Yoon-kyung, Arirang News.
Korean language learning is evolving in new and creative ways. In Sweden, a unique program is gaining attention, one where participants pick up the Korean language while cooking a variety of Korean dishes. Let's hear more about this class and how it's being received locally from Ho Do-jung, Education Project Manager at the Korean Cultural Center in Sweden. Hello, Do-jung.
Hi, Do-jung.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us on the show, Do-jung. So please introduce yourself briefly and tell us about the Learning Korean Through Cooking program.
My name is Do-jung, and I'm currently working at the Korean Cultural Center in Sweden, and I'm in charge of education programs there. Just like in many other countries, K-pop, K-drama, K-beauty, and K-food very popular here in Sweden, and especially Korean food is very popular, and many Swedish people want to try cooking Korean food at home with ingredients that they can easily get from local supermarkets. So together with our teacher from the King Sejong Institute, we created a special program called Learning Korean Through Cooking. And in this class, students learn Korean language and Korean food culture through hands-on cooking activities.
Wow, sounds like a fun class that I want to participate as well. So instead of a traditional classroom setting focused on textbooks, what inspired you to develop a program that combines cooking with learning Korean?
Many Swedish learners study Korean as a hobby or just for fun, rather than for work or studying abroad. So this is very different from learners in many Asian countries. And plus, Swedish people always enjoy relaxed coffee breaks with friends or colleagues. And it is called fika. And because of this fika culture, many Swedish learners prefer a casual, comfortable, and interactive learning style rather than a traditional formal textbook-based class. So for Swedish people, Korean is not just a language to study seriously, but it's something that can make daily life more fun and enjoyable. So we wanted to create some courses that learners could use Korean naturally while doing something they enjoy. And that's why we have been changing our education programs to be more experience-based and activity-centered learning. So this cooking class is part of that approach. So we thought cooking would be a fun and effective way to learn Korean language at the same time.
I did hear of that word fika before, and I guess that's why there are a lot of some products and even cafes that are named that way in Korea as well. But Do-jung, could you walk us through how a typical class is conducted? How does it look like?
This class is called Learning Korean Through Cooking, but actually it's totally not a professional cooking class. It's just a Korean language class using cooking as a fun learning tool. And the class starts in the classroom, and students spend about 1 hour learning about the Korean dish of the day, such as ingredient, recipe, brief history, and how the dish is enjoyed in modern Korea. And then students move to the kitchen and watch the teacher's cooking demonstration, repeating useful verbs, sound expressions, and taste-related words. And after that, students make the dish themselves. And once it's done, they taste their own dishes and evaluate them just like judges on the Korean cooking shows. So I think it makes the class more interactive and fun and gives students a chance to use Korean in a real practical context.
Sounds like a lot of fun, and I see some very Korean dishes there in
I
the
know.
video, like samgyeopsal and
Oh, yes.
kimchi, pork belly, and also miyeokguk as well.
Of course.
Seaweed soup.
It looks very delicious. So we're talking about Korean dishes. What Korean dishes are commonly featured in your program or your class? And also, please tell us about Korean foods that's currently popular in Sweden, and are those trends being reflected in your classrooms as well?
These days in Sweden, the Korean style fried chicken is very popular, and because of the K-pop demon hunters, the food like kimbap and ramen also very popular. But what's the most interesting is many Swedish people like Korean home-style meals. You know, the kind of food Korean people always eat at home every day with rice, soup, and side dishes. And actually, when I first came to Sweden, I was really surprised by this because I never expected Swedish people enjoy the Korean home-style meals like 3 or 5 side dishes set, which feels very authentic to Koreans like me. And near our cultural center, there is a Korean restaurant that serves home-style Korean set meals, and it's always busy at lunchtime. But, you know, eating out in Sweden is quite expensive, so we decided to focus mainly on Korean side dishes in our class, so students can easily make them at home using simple ingredients from local supermarket. Besides, sorry.
Sure,
We
continue.
also include, yeah, we also include winter snacks like 붕어빵 and hot dog. And students really like the 붕어빵 because it's not easy to make at home without special fish-shaped tools, so they felt more unique and fun.
So since this is a cooking-based language class, it seems like a wide range of Korean verbs and descriptive expressions would be used, which is really not easy. So what are some common cooking-related Korean expressions that are taught in your program, and which ones do learners find most challenging?
In this class, students learn many useful Korean expressions about cooking. For example, basic cooking verbs like 끓이다, 썰다, 다지다, and words for taste and texture like 쫀득하다, 새콤하다, and sound expressions like 보글보글, 꾸덕꾸덕, 바사삭, like this. And these days, many students are also very interested in trendy Korean snacks. For example, in one of our regular Korean classes, we also made a very popular Korean dessert called Dubai Chewy Cookie, as known as 두쫑구. And during the 두쫑구 class, students also learned short names of popular Korean snacks and desserts like 엽떡, 유화정, 초생, 아망추. And they really enjoyed the quiz guessing what each abbreviation meant. And the hardest words for students are 섞다, 버무리다, and 묻히다. In English, they are meant to mix, but in Korean, each word is a little different. Even I find it hard to explain it clearly, so because there is no exact one-to-one translation, so also students struggled with this word at first.
So many Korean words that you just named. For those watching right now in Sweden, they might want to join your class to learn further what those words actually mean, right?
Definitely. And after running these hands-on classes, have you noticed any changes in learners' comprehension or engagement in the class? And how did the participants respond? I'm sure they like the Korean dishes and everything. And are there any memorable ones that you want to share with us?
After these classes, students usually become more engaged, curious, and confident. For example, many students already knew Korean words like 간장 or gochujang, but they are surprised to learn that there are actually different types of 간장, such as 국간장, 진간장, 양조간장, and each type is used in a different way. And anyway, students' responses have been very positive, and they also enjoyed comparing Korean and Swedish food. For example, they found the Korean hot dog and Swedish cinnamon buns called kanelbulle use similar ingredients but taste very different. And there are also some funny moments. And one student is already used to Korean MSG flavors. So when we cook tteokguk, he told us to add more MSG because that student had already been using Korean coin broth in many dishes at home. And actually, coin broth is like a special kick for Korean food. So it totally makes sense that the student did.
And one of that MSG you have in the ramyeon,
Yes.
the ramyeon soup as well. But last but not least, Do-jung, you're probably going to continue this program for the time being, I heard. So could you tell us about any upcoming plans?
We plan to add more cultural experience to our programs. For example, many students are curious about Korean hwaesh culture, the company dinner culture. And personally, I don't like hwaeshik, but we are thinking of classes to teach popular hwaeshik dishes and table manners and even fun drinking games. And also, we are planning a writing class based on Korean literature and traditional stories. Actually, this idea comes from the strong reading culture in Sweden and also from the growing interest in Korean culture, Korean literature, after Hangang won the Nobel Prize. So in this class for students, there will be a chance to write short stories in Korean. Also, K-pop and Korean idol culture very popular here. So especially with the K-pop Demon Hunters and BTS coming back as a full group. So we are planning a pilot class called Learning Korean Through K-pop.
All right, sounds like a lot of fun. We wish you the best with the program in the future. Thank you very much, Do-jung, for connecting with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Do-jung.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Bella. As always, we're going to have you here back soon.
Yes, I'll see you back very soon.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.